So I think my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so good afternoon everyone. So today is the seventh session of this lecture series. So in the last session we discussed the matplot library. That means how we can plot the data point and also we can visualize the data point using the matplot library. And in last session we started with the importing the matplot library, and also we discussed that how we can change the color and style of the plot, and also we discussed the also we discussed that how we can adjust the plot axis limit and all. And also we did some labeling plots, and also we learned that how we can save the output, means how we can save the plot. Okay, so in today's session we are going to discuss the subplots, means in a single plot how we can draw the two plots different in a different plot but simultaneously. Okay, and also we will discuss that how we can write the text on a given plot. And also we will plot the different kind of plots, which is the error bar, histogram, and also we will see that how we can plot the pipe plots. And also we will discuss that how we can plot in a Python using the matplot library like the Matlab. Means people generally use the Matlab for the plotting, no? So we will discuss that plot how we can also plot the different kind of plots in Python, just like mat library. Okay, so these are the objective of this session. So now let's move to the collab. Okay, so the first step is to import all the packages which is going to work in this session. So let's first import the NumPy. And second one is the import matplot library. So it will take some time to connect their server. Yes. So now let's define a t-axis. Means we are defining the t-axis from -10 to +10 with the spacing of 0.1, and define the two function. First function is sine function. Function 2 is, let's say, cos. Okay, so we define the two function, sine and cos. And for the subplot, first define the subplot, plt dot subplot. Means we are plotting the two plots, okay, sine and cosine. And first yes.
दर्शन, so I think np dot arrange double r होगा ना?
नहीं, single r.
अच्छा,
But
okay.
actually English, yes, but yeah, it will take the single. I don't know why they set like this one, but yes. So the first is t versus sine, sorry, function. And also we can define the color. That means we want the sine curve in a red color. Okay. So in the first subplot we are plotting the sine function, and in the next subplot we are plotting cosine. Yes, same like this. निधि एक continuous आवाज आ रही है आपके. If you able to manage, it will be good. Yes. Okay, so here we just plot the sine and cosine. Okay, so this first you can see over here means 1 to 1. So 1 to 1 is, that means the first row means one row, two column, and the first figure. I think you got my point, right?
Yeah.
Let me. And similarly, this one is the first row, second column, but the second figure. These two. Okay. So now here you can see that these two plot are almost overlap, means there is no much spacing between these two plot. So to control the spacing between these two subplot, you have to write like this one. Tight layout. Then here you can see that we can also control the spacing between the two subplots. And now let's say we want to set the title of these two subplot. So for this one you have to write.
Darshan, can we just define this spacing by manually, like instead of just using this command? Can we say that this much centimeter they should be separated?
Okay. Yes, of course there will be a way, but right now I am not aware. Means how we can. Yes.
It's okay, it's okay.
Let me check on that. I think they will control by pad. I think. Let's see. Yes, you can control via this one, I think.
Pad stands for?
Padding.
Okay.
I mean, what kind of scale is that?
Okay,
I
yes.
know centimeter, inches, etc., etc.
Padding between the figures and edges. Maybe some fraction, I think, no? I, huh. I think they are taking the height versus width sometimes, something like that.
Yeah.
Yes. So similarly, you can also set the title of each plot, means let's see, each subplot. Hmm. So here you can see that you can also write, you can also define the title of each subplot using same command plt.title. Okay. So now let's say I want to define a, I mean a
Can I?
master. Yes, yes, Nidhi.
Yeah, can I put a common title to both
Yes,
the
yes. That's
plots?
what I'm
Like
doing the next.
like framing both of them in a single frame and then putting the title.
Okay, okay. So for this one, we have to write. So it's called super title. Okay. I hope it will. Sorry, 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 sorry. Yes. Okay. So, but here we can see that there is some overlap between the subtitle and master title, no? So to control this one, yes.
Yeah, I mean my question is just to put both of them in a single frame and then putting the title above it.
Single frame, you mean?
Just a border line where like just a single box in which two plots are put in left side by side, and
Hmm.
above that box there is the title.
Okay, एक second here. I'm trying to understand your query. Like this one.
Like okay, I mean this is also okay.
Hmm. But Nidhi, I think you can also control your title using these two coordinates, no?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I just do not want to, comment out the subtitles.
Hmm.
I just want, like, जैसे दोनों जो plots हैं, they are put
Hmm.
in a single box. Do you understand what this line?
Hmm.
और फिर उस box के ऊपर मैंने title put करना है. Anyway, I mean, this can be done.
A
These
box,
things. Yeah,
yes, yes, we can do, yes.
yeah,
But we have to check that which command should I write to me.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah, I
yes,
understand.
definitely there will be a way. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so along with this subplot title, you can also use the super title, and but to control the location, you have to to see, you have to look for a nice way. You have to define the coordinate x and y. Okay, otherwise it will overlap with the subplot
Uh,
title. No?
no, actually, what I have done is I have
Hmm,
not define the coordinate of the super title, but
hmm,
it is still showing above the two plots, and the two subtitles are also showing.
hmm.
So,
So I think
yes,
they are taking the by default x and y, no?
yeah, maybe,
But in my case, it's not working. I
yeah. I mean, in your case, both of them were three of them were overlapping, ना? But
yes, you can see like this one.
मेरे में ऐसा नहीं हो रहा है. Like they are
Hmm.
showing separately. Above दोनों plots के ऊपर अलग से title आ रहा है.
And you are using the collab या some other
हाँ, same.
collab?
Yeah,
ऐसा क्यों हुआ
yes.
फिर मेरे साथ?
That I don't know.
Darshan, put plt dot subtitle above the plt dot subplot. Maybe it can resolve the
Okay,
problem.
okay,
I
yes.
don't know.
No, I have done the same thing exactly.
Okay, let me do this exercise.
Then you have done a magic.
This is interesting.
No, no. Anyway,
Maybe it is the laptop issue. So you
hmm.
need to
Yes,
contact
some
the person
screen size.
whose laptop is this. Anyway, we can go ahead.
But ऐसा हुआ क्यों? चल. Yes, we will see. So I think you are getting na, how we can plot. Okay, if let's say you have four plot, then you can also control this one using the yeah, 1 to 1. So if I write, let's say,
So it
subplot.
is basically array where array position that
Uh-huh,
where you want to put like first two digits are the position of the plot,
here,
like
right, right,
where
and no,
how
no,
we put elements into an array, just like the same thing, and
okay,
the last digit defines which figure you are talking about, right?
absolutely. Means first you have to break all your figure in the row and column. Means how many row and
Yes,
column you
yes,
want.
yes,
First
yes.
you have to define this one, and then just define the which figure, means first, second, fourth, like this one.
And how it will take which one is first one, which one is second one, like the way we are defining
Mm. So Nidhi, it will
after
depend on the
subplot.
last keyword, na? One two, this one two.
Okay, okay, okay,
Huh.
okay. And immediately you have to define the attributes of that figure, right?
Absolutely. Means
Okay.
within that, yes.
Yes, yes, yes,
Huh.
yes.
Yes. So okay, there is a many way to define the subplot, but this kind of command I found very easy. Yes, there is a many way. Okay, so you can
Okay.
explore. Yes,
Okay, okay. Yeah,
and
yeah.
they also have their own freedom, and you
Yes.
can control the figure size, and also you can also control the figure size here also. Means if
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
say you
Width
want to,
versus height.
I mean, and also you can control the font size. Means you can also define like this one, font size is equal to 15. So also you can define. Okay,
Yes.
you
Good.
have to use the font size keyword. So in the next, let's say I want to define a text on a given plot. So for this one I will use, okay, first let's say I have one plot, two plots in a single. So in this cell my aim is to define a text, or let's say we have to write a text on a given plot. Then what should we do? For this one, let's say we define x1. Anyway, you can use, there is no need to define.
Darshan, can you move the cursor away?
Okay, okay, sorry. Okay, so now let's say we have two curves. One is square, one is third one is cubic one. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so now let's say I want to define the I want to write a text for a blue line, like this blue curve is for the square one and second one is for the cubic, means f1 and f2. So for this one we have to
You are
use
basically talking about labeling, right?
labeling.
Okay.
But there is a slightly difference between the labeling and text that we will explore right now. Okay. Hmm. So here you can see that let's say I want to write a text like y is equal to x square at a given coordinate 4 and 25. 4 in x-axis and 25 on the y-axis. Okay. Similarly, let's see. I want to write a text for the yellow online, yellowish crow. For this one, you have to write. So I think you got my point, na? Text means anything you can write on a given plot with a proper coordinate. Means at what point you want to write something. That means you can use the plot dot text.
Oh, you okay?
Yes.
You are defining the coordinates.
Yes.
Uh,
Uh,
but tell me one thing.
mm.
Uh,
But
how would I? I mean, how, how would I ensure that the text will lie along with the curve?
mm, so for
This is just randomly chosen coordinates,
you have to
and
random
they
guess, na?
somehow
Yeah. Yes, Nidhi.
and they somehow you know got this. I mean, this is a perfect guess that like I agree. Okay. No, but y equal to x square is aligned with the curve, and I
Hmm.
also like. Oh yes, I understand. We can use the rotator command within the text.
Hmm.
For example, if I want y equal to x cube,
Hmm.
uh, aligned with the orange curve.
अच्छा ओके मीन्स टिल्ड ना टिल्ड आपको
Tilted,
हाँ
yes,
यस आई
yes,
गॉट
yes, yes.
फॉर दिस वन
So उसमें कुछ एंगुलर भी आ जाएगा आई गेस along with the coordinates कि इस कोऑर्डिनेट पे हो मान लो -4.5 एंड -100 तो जो तुमने चूज किया है इसी के साथ आई गेस कोई एंगल भी इंक्लूड होना चाहिए लाइक
ओके
45 डिग्री और 30 डिग्री और समथिंग 60 डिग्री probably.
okay so I think this freedom will be carried in the next cell means I'm going to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
discuss the second method okay
Okay.
huh. I think yes so
एक बार तुम ऊपर जाओगे जस्ट वन अच्छा टेल मी वन थिंग
hmm?
no, I guess it's done.
Okay
No, 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 it is not done. See, now just take this y equal to x square.
hmm.
Oh, I guess we can. I mean, if we have the power in more than one digit, I guess we can put the curly brackets, right? Just like the LaTeX command.
Okay
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
in the latex means in the dollar let this curly bracket will works
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
yes
mean, instead of x square, if I want to write x to the power 10,
अच्छा
so
okay
yeah.
then you can yes same latex command yes
Yep.
okay so the another way to write a text is like this one so for this one first you have to write define the text means which kind of text you want to write y is equal to x square okay and again you have to define the coordinate means at where you want to set your text and first let me write this proper command Hmm.
फॉन्ट कलर होगा क्या?
Sorry, yes, equal. Yes, dollar. Means you can also define the arrow or another kind of this one. So I think Nidhi
No,
in
I
this.
don't want this.
Okay,
I don't want this.
okay, but in this one, let me see how we can make the tilde text, right?
Okay.
Let me see.
Darshan, can we control the width of arrow?
Width of this arrow. Yes, yes. I think in the dictionaries, na,
There
there is
must be
many.
many, yeah,
Yes.
attributes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
It does one
Yeah.
connects. Yes, we can see.
Yes, because it's very thick, na.
Yes. So it is taking just by default thickness, no?
Okay, okay.
Mm. Okay. So now let's explore this one.
I think
Arrow style. Yes.
Can you just go back to your screen?
एक second है निधि.
Hmm.
चल. But definitely there is a way to define the this one, na, curly, yeah, text, na, yeah, crowd.
Yeah, there must be.
Mhm.
Uh, I guess the length of the arrow is defined. Uh,
Hmm. No.
no, you cannot define the length of arrow.
Hmm. अच्छा, length we can
See, what
define, na?
I'm,
No, no, Nidhi, length we can define using coordinate.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying this only, but it is not working well.
No, it's working perfectly. You can see. So you have to change the text coordinate, not the XY coordinate.
Okay,
Hmm. So I think you change.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was changing the
XY coordinate, na?
XY
Yes.
coordinate.
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah, we can go ahead, I guess. ये तो explore कर सकते हैं. I mean, this is something
Hmm.
must be inbuilt somewhere. One need to
Yes.
find
yes,
out.
yes, yes.
Okay. So the next, let's move on the error plot. So this is very important. Means the okay, this cell we are going to discuss in the next session. Means आगे भी use करेंगे इसको. So that's why let's discuss in a detailed way this error plot. Sorry, error bar plots.
Me, what is the difference between arrange and array at basic level?
Uh, in arrays, they are taking the defined spacing, na, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But in this, why we can define the manually coordinate, na, with the unequal spacing.
But can we define the array as we have defined arrange? Like, can we define
So I
certain
think
array?
NP arrange gives the array, na? What do you think, Sirtaj? If you yes.
Yes, yes, yes. So NP arrange is nothing but it's a 0 to
Shesh.
I guess 9
Hmm.
from spacing in spacing 1. So it's a 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 9.
Hmm. So
Okay,
it
and
will give the
NP
array, na?
mhm. Yes, yes, it is NumPy
Both
array.
are array, yes.
Both are array.
No, that is my question. Will it be an
Hmm.
array or a list?
Actually, in NumPy, so list is nothing but it's a NumPy array. Okay, so if you want to use the function of NumPy array, then you have to convert a list into NumPy array using np.array under list. So here it is a tuple, now it's a bracket, a small bracket. np.array,
Hmm.
so it's a tuple. So the Darshan is converting this tuple into np array for his
Okay,
convenience.
right, right. So X is in array.
Yes, it's a
Hmm.
NumPy array.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
And if I just remove the numpy np dot, if I remove it, then will it be a list
Tuple, na?
or will it be something?
So you mean if we remove np dot arrange,
Yes. No, no, no. Just np dot.
np dot, but this
It
arrange
will not
is
work.
no, no, because arrange is
So
not defined anywhere, no?
yes, it is not in build function. It is calling from NumPy. Okay.
So that
No,
means
but
we
I
are
don't understand.
expecting.
See, the point is
That's
when you are
how.
using np,
Hmm.
when you are using np, you are converting a tuple or a list into an array. This is what you said.
No, Nidhi, if we use the np dot array, that means we are converting the tuples into array.
That means they are already tuples.
Yes.
So if I remove np dot, they should be tuple.
Then what is array?
Yes.
Array is not in build function. Na here. You are calling array from NumPy.
Hmm.
So it's np dot array. So if you remove np dot array, then it is a tuple.
तो यानी अगर एरे डायरेक्ट हम np डॉट के बिना एरे लिखेंगे तो इसको पता नहीं चलेगा भाई एरे है क्या.
Exactly.
That
Yes.
means we are extracting the information of array from the np. Simple.
Darshan type just type type
Okay.
bracket y and x. See what is this thing?
Okay.
Yes, it will be clear.
Oh, np array.
N dimensional array. Okay. Hmm.
Yes.
What about x?
Same I
Yes.
np. Yes, same array. So Nidhi, in the X, they are just taking the equal spacing of 1. In the Y, we are just define the
These.
manually numbers. मतलब. Hmm.
So
Yes.
I still have. Okay, then if I have to define a list or a tuple, just I just write like x equal to so and so the elements, right?
Uh-huh.
But if I'm using np dot, that means we are already dealing with array.
Yes. Anna, I think you got point, right, Nidhi?
Yes. 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 Right.
हम्म, तो यानी अगर प्लॉटिंग या जो भी मैथमेटिकली या प्लॉट्स करने हैं वो मोस्टली एरे के साथ हम काम करेंगे. दैट्स व्हाई वी आर एवरी टाइम वी आर यूजिंग द np dot something, np dot something. Yes.
But if I have to plot a list, for example,
Okay. So let's do this exercise.
You can do with list also.
Hmm.
So
So
just
I have
plot list and
x,
list.
let's say
x
this one
and
is
y.
hmm. So this is a list, right, Nidhi?
Yes, this is a list, right?
It's not a list. It's a tuple. Sorry.
अच्छा मतलब
What is the basic difference between
डिजिट
list
में
and
तो
tuple?
सेम.
You cannot assign the element, so it is unchanged. For tuple, it is the number of element you can't assign. It will be unchanged. But for list, you can change the element in a list.
I don't understand.
अच्छा वो ब्रेक्स का कह रहे हैं ना इसके. दिस वन इज लिस्ट ना जो हम फर्स्ट सेशन में किया था यार ये.
When you are using square bracket, then it will be called a list.
Exactly.
ओके
Yes.
For
ओके.
small bracket, it will be called tuple.
Okay, okay.
And
Yes.
once you have defined the elements of tuple, it will remain the same throughout the
Mm,
program. You
Yes.
cannot edit it anyhow.
Yes.
But list elements can be manipulated at any stage of the coding.
Yes.
perfectly.
Good. So, tell me what this plot is telling me. This
It's
is like
just one-to-one plotting. Na? At the given one, there is 3. At the coordinate of 4,
just like that.
it's 4 पे तो 2 आई अच्छा 2 पे 4 sorry 2 हाँ same.
दो फोर है ना x में.
Hmm. Yes, yes.
अच्छा, can I somehow pair up these two lists such that whatever change I make in x
Hmm.
will automatically be done in y? For example, if I just want to remove the third element of x,
Hmm.
और y का भी अपने आप remove हो जाए. If I pair them up.
Mm,
Then you have to know the function of y in terms of x, na?
No, I don't have any kind of relation
Then you
with the
let's
can't
y.
do that without extrapolation, I guess.
Well, I guess we can do it.
How will you do that?
There must be some function which sort of pair them up. I don't need functional form. I just need to pair them up such that whatever manipulation I impose on x will automatically be done on y.
okay, so let's say you want to let's say you remove the digit number 3, let's say 3, and automatically 5 should be removed, you mean like this one?
Yes, yes. For that, they should be pair up. Like
Right, right.
in such a way, for example, if I just pair them up and make
Hmm.
array of like 1 and 3 becomes the element of xy array, something like
Hmm.
that. 2 4 will be the second element of xy array. 3 5
Okay.
will be the third element of xy array.
Hmm.
Do you understand my point? And
Hmm.
so on.
I think if the length of x and length of y are same, then there is a
Only then it
function
can be
called
done.
z. Yes, then there is a function called zip, inbuilt function in Python. It's a zip, which will combine the corresponding elements.
Ah, okay.
Can you do that, Darshan?
Mm.
Zip xy
And
and
mp.zip.
then plot. Let me search out.
It will work.
Zip xy
Hmm.
and can you just see what is zip doing?
I think
Like, I
this
mean, I just want to know the elements of zip.
So just Darshan write for I in zip print I.
for I in.
Yeah, zip print I. Yeah, correct, correct. Hmm.
Oh,
That's nice. I think this is
yeah.
what Supreet was talking about
Zip.
last time. Zip.
Yes, yes.
I mean, this will make things very easy, I guess. Because single,
But इसका फायदा
single
क्या हुआ
tuple or
वैसे?
list.
Yes. But our
Like,
aim was to plot ना, तो इसमें
नहीं, we can plot it, I guess. But this will be like not the this plot smooth plot. It will be like data points plot. जो हमने last time किया था. Shesh must be asking about this. If the plotting thing, the line will be replaced by dots.
okay.
So it's just like the Mathematica function list plot.
Hmm. Okay. Zip is nice. Thanks.
Zip is nice.
Yes. Yeah. Hmm. So we were trying to plot the error bar plots, na? So for this one, let's say x comma y comma. So here you can see that you are getting the error plot. So now you have to define, let's say you want to control the color as well as the format of this fitting. Okay, so for this one you have to define the format like this one, like blue color is dot.
Darshan, can you just tell me what you have done? Like
Acha.
x क्या है, y
Okay,
क्या है
okay,
प्लॉट के
let's
अंदर?
say we have, okay, let's say we have some 10 data point, okay, in the x and y, and
Okay, okay. You just take some x and
random
y random and then you put the. Okay, 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 okay.
uncertainty. Let's say we are taking the uncertainty of point 0.3 in the y, and we are just plotting the x, y, and error bar.
What? अच्छा, uncertainty.
Means error bar na, on each data point.
But you can again define
Array.
error bar on every data point.
Same, just like in the y na, we can define the error.
Yes, 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 yes.
Hmm, yes, you can do, but I'm just for a sake of simplicity. Huh. And also you can also define their cap size. Okay, so first you can see the keyword of this one, syntax of matplot error bar means, I think in the text you can see, right?
ये FMT क्या है?
fmt शायद फॉर्मेट होगा इसका, I think, but
Uh, because I have removed FMT and it
it
is
will not
resulting
work.
nothing.
Yes, yes, because
Why
this
so?
all these, नहीं, इसके जो कलर और जो भी मतलब फॉर्मेट है वो fmt में डिफाइन है, b for blue and dot is means just a dot, there is no line joining. Otherwise you have to write this one na color. Let's say, I think it will work. hmm. तो fmt शायद ऐसा हो सकता है, जो लाइन का जो फॉर्मेट और कलर है वो एक सिंगल कीवर्ड में fmt, but let me see what is it. So I think you got my point, right, Nidhi?
Uh, वो तो ठीक है. I have another question.
Yes.
X में कितने एलिमेंट्स है? No.
No. 10
और
10 10
0 to 9, 10. Right,
10.
right, right, right. Hmm. Okay.
Hmm. So similarly you can also control their cap size. So here you can see that on the each data points there is cap of size 3, एंड इनका एरर बार का कलर भी चेंज आप कर सकते हो यूजिंग ई कलर, लेट्स से रेड, and also you can control the thickness of the each error bar using e line width. Yes.
Do I have to define error in certain manner, the variable y error, or is it
मतलब
okay?
एरे होनी चाहिए, कैसे भी डिफाइन कर सकते हो विद द सेम, ऑफ कोर्स सेम नंबर ऑफ डेटा पॉइंट इन एज इन y एंड x.
I don't know. My thing is not working. I don't know why.
मतलब यस निधि.
No, I mean I have just run the same code, but it is not showing anything. I don't understand what is wrong with it.
You can share yours. No, no, yes, yes, no, yes.
Hmm.
So Nidhi, I just sent my coordinate to you, so he will take care.
Shape are not same. The length.
मैंने 10 लिखा है, उसने 10 बोला तो 10 ही किया मैंने. Anyway, we can move ahead. इसको हम
Okay,
बाद में
okay.
देख
It's
लेंगे.
11.
Okay, so in the next cell, let's say we define the error bar. So now let's say we want to plot their confidence level, means 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 3 sigma, means field region. Na? So for this one, we will use the same command, but in different way. So I have to change some coordinate.
Tell me one more thing.
Yes, yes.
See, you have been given these many attributes
Hmm.
of various things, right?
Okay.
And somewhere you have used single inverted comma and somewhere you have used double inverted comma. Are they replaceable?
कौन सा यहाँ ये
जैसे
वाले
ये बी है, हाँ हाँ हाँ.
हाँ हाँ in the Python they will work same.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है ना कि दे मस्ट बी
नहीं नहीं
लाइक.
नहीं सिंगल और डबल
ओके.
कुछ नहीं बट ओपनिंग अगर डबल से हो रही है तो एंडिंग भी डबल से करनी है आपको
हाँ हाँ हाँ, ऑब्वियसली.
अदरवाइज इट विल वर्क. तो कहाँ थे हम हाँ यहाँ. So this is very important command means we will use frequently, so please try to understand this. Hmm. Okay. So let's say this is our your 1 sigma and let's say I want to plot the 2 sigma. So for this one you have to do like this one. And then in the statistics method we will discuss. Okay. So for this one I have to define the color so that we can see the which one is 1 sigma region and which one is the second sigma 2 sigma region. Okay. Oh. So here you can see that this dark one, okay, alpha is the intensity of this given color. Okay.
ओके.
मीन्स ये कलर को फेस कलर का वैसे कोड लिखा है मैंने बट यू कैन यूज जस्ट रेड एंड ब्लू समथिंग लाइक दिस वन. ओके. यस. So here you can see that 1 sigma, 2 sigma and 3 sigma, and also you can fill all the region using the fill underscore between. Okay, and of course you can do the labeling and all like this one.
But this the size of error bars are only up to 1 sigma level, right?
Hmm. Yes, original data point. Na?
Because we have defined e line width only in 1 sigma level. But if we want to plot up to 2 sigma level, then I guess
Spelling नहीं पता. हाँ, yes, you can also use. So Nidhi, what was your question?
my point is that if I want to see the error bars up to 3 sigma level instead of 1 sigma level, we need to define accordingly, right?
Hmm. But generally the data point we are.
I agree. I
Yes, yes.
agree.
I think you got my
But
point right.
how the line the syntax in plot dot error bar will change? That I'm wondering. Instead of yr, we should use 3 times yr, I guess.
Hmm.
Mm.
But generally we cannot
Yeah, I mean just
play
for
with the
experimental
observational data
purpose.
point. Yes, you can see. Yes.
Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So they are just filling the data point, na? Nothing else.
Right.
But रियल केस में कैसे काम करता है ये 1 sigma 2 sigma 3 sigma that we will discuss later. Means first we have to perform some analysis, right? Yes. So I think for today's session that's enough. We can stop here.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes, Darshan.
So in the next session we will discuss the Instagram pie chart, and also we will see that how we can plot the 3D plots using the Matplot library. Okay.
Okay.